your deals. Your deals. Your deals. I'm gonna sell this house with some natural light. When I flip a house, it needs natural light. When I list a house, it has natural light. What's important? Natural light. I'm gonna sell this house with some natural light. When I flip this house, it has natural light. When I list a house, it has natural light. What's important? Natural light. I'm gonna sell this house with some natural light. When I flip a house, it has natural light. When I list a house, it has natural light. What's important? Natural light. Are we live? We are live, you guys, on our first ever Realtor Doctor live show. Welcome. Mikey, we've done it. Guys, we are in studio. We're here at the Batch Studio, of course. They are friends of the family, and they have a way better studio than we could ever imagine. So I'm just stoked. I feel like we're in like HBO.
Dude, for real.
I feel like we're at Miramax or some crazy thing. So welcome, you guys. If you don't know us, my name's Templeton Walker, and I've been in real estate for about 12 years. Started as a regular realtor. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I remember the first house I ever sold, Mike. I convinced my parents to buy the house so I could live in it. And I was like, I swear I'll pay the mortgage. We show up that night. There's no lights, there's no power, there's no water. And I'm like, whose job was this? It was my job. So that's how little I knew about real estate. Fast forward to 12 years later, done over 1,700 transactions, many of those off market with my brother here, Miguel. And it's been great. So we're gonna talk about all of that. But just to give you, a slight idea of who I am and what I do, Miguel, do you want to tell them who you are?
Yeah, of course. Well, my name is Miguel Prado. For those of you that don't know me, I started as a realtor in late 2017, early 2018. So It's been almost 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And when I started as a realtor, I had no idea what I was doing. I did 2 transactions and made a total of 12 grand my first year. And I knew there was something more. Like, there wasn't just being a realtor. Just being a realtor was hard enough, and everyone was doing the same thing. So I started soul searching and investing in myself to see what I would do.
Right.
And we partnered, and we figured out that there's many more ways that realtors can do money, make money.
Yep.
And since 2019, 2020, I think you're at 1,700 transactions. I'm a little bit over 1,000. A lot off market, a lot on market, but that's just in a small way of who I am. And that's it, man.
I love it, man. Well, guys, we're a little distracted here because we're trying to make sure that this is streaming to my Instagram as well, which many of you guys are going to be on. To give you an idea of what we want this Realtor Doctor live show to be, imagine like a Dave Ramsey type show, call in, where you can get real advice, like on an actionable thing. On this deal right now, I am struggling, or on this marketing channel, or on this tactic in my business, I am struggling, where we can help realtors across the nation and really across the world that need help with what we do best, which is we know how to bring a ton of deal flow into a system.
Yep.
We've learned how to vertically integrate that system and offer a menu of options is what we call it. So that way, as a realtor, too often, they only know how to put a sign in the ground. Mm-hmm. And what we do is we present this menu of options, all sorts of exit strategies for a seller to create win-win situations for you to go make more money. And we want to be able to do that at scale. So this is a great thing. So you guys are going to see us here in studio. You'll see some wide angle shots of everything that we're doing. We got Alex and Phil producing over here. Fellas, how are we looking on the Instagram? Is it linked?
We're live?
We're rolling on IG. That's awesome. So we got 28 viewers. So you guys, that's the cliff notes. We are Templeton and Miguel. We own a company called MTV Ventures. And what we've done really, really well, you guys, is we have figured out how to stack an acquisition company on top of a real estate company. So now our acquisition company can funnel so many leads into our business that if they don't sell for 50, 60, 70 cents on the dollar the way we need in our acquisition company, we can roll those over to the realtor side of things. So guys, the basis of this show, like I said, is a lot like Dave Ramsey. We want you to call in. We want you to ask questions. The number that you can call right now, So we have an agenda for the show that we're going to work through.
Yep.
But if a call comes through, we're going to take it. And the number on that is, let me tell you right now, 480-769-9376. Again, that is 480-769-9376.
On your top right.
Producer Alex, I bet he can put it in the chat. So if you guys have a question or if you guys want to say hello, we want this to be fun. We want this to be light. I want it to be a party.
Dude, it's going to be a party.
I said on one of these, it's probably going to turn into like some alcohol consumption.
Oh,
I don't
well,
know. And I don't even drink
know.
anymore, guys. I drink non-alcoholic beers, but I'm ready. That's how jacked up I am.
We'll get jacked up on NA beer.
So you guys, 480-769-9376 if you want to call. We're going to keep working through the agenda that you see to the left or the right of your screen there. I don't know. Looking this direction, I can't tell which side it's on. But on the left of your screen there, no, it'd be on their left.
Is it on the right or left?
What is, it's on their left? Okay, it's on the left. So we're gonna work through this agenda, you guys, and if you guys wanna call in, this phone's gonna ring and we're gonna work through those questions and anything on your business. And remember guys, people, it's crazy to even say out loud, but people pay us thousands of dollars for one-on-one coaching for these sort of phone calls. So if you have that now, you have the ability to just call us and get those questions answered. We don't know much. I can't solve an algebra problem, but I know this.
Yep.
I know how to help realtors do more business, make more money, and get out of the rat race, become financially free, and go win.
I agree.
One of the things we have on our agenda, Miguel, is the NAR settlement. What are your thoughts?
Dude, my thoughts on that are, let me see. I'm just getting distracted. I'm sorry. So my thoughts on NAR settlement is right now for realtors, it's going to get harder to get into the business. And the first thing you do, they told me as a realtor is like, hey, you need to go learn how to be a buyer's agent.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing they told me. Go host open houses and go be a buyer's agent. That's it. And the reality is with this settlement, like no one will really want to be a buyer's agent anymore because it's just got a little bit harder. And what we want is to be able to have different ways to be able to go direct to the consumer, direct to the seller.
So I have not a differing opinion than you, but one of my thoughts is that I think a lot of the realtors are going to exit because it does get hard.
It does.
But for the people that are still willing to do the work, a buyer's agent is going to have a ton of value, but they just got to learn how to position that value to the consumer. They'll still go be buyer's agents, but they better figure out how to pre-negotiate contracts and say, hey, you understand this is my service, this is what and how I get paid, and are you willing to sign up for that? Because I'm gonna go to work for you and make sure this is value, and I'm gonna try to get paid by the seller. But if I can't, someone's gonna pay me.
Which I think it also affects the market in a very negative way, because now you're telling, if the seller's not willing to pay me my commission, you buyer's agent, like you, Mr. Buyer, need to pay me my commission. And the reality is, buyers have money saved up for their down payment.
Down payment, closing costs.
And that's it.
And here's the thing.
They need concessions, so.
Here's what goes away, Miguel, is we got our first caller. Actually, I don't know if this is on the call line, but it's our good friend, you guys. Look at this handsome devil, Tyson Smith, one of the top wholesalers in the nation. Let's see what he has to say. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Like I'm talking like live across the nation, so don't say anything rowdy.
That's what I'm talking about.
What's up, dude? Are you calling for the live call-in show right now, or are you just calling as one of my best friends?
I was just calling to say what's up.
Oh, dude, you're literally on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook right now. Hey, if you had one tip for realtors to go get more business right now, what do you think they should do?
Man, you need to spend as much time as possible designing the sickest business card you possibly can. What is going to get you all the deals. Everybody is going to be just lining up to work with you if you have a sick business card.
You heard it here first, you guys. A dialed-in business card is the recipe for success.
Yeah, it is.
But Tyson, on a real note, you go do a couple $100,000 every month, getting direct to seller. If you had to give me the 30-second cliff notes, what does that funnel look like?
Well, the real thing is if you want to get dialed in as a realtor, the first step is obviously to follow Temp and Miguel, because they drop actionable sauce every single day about how to utilize the many resources that realtors have available. Like if you seriously just follow Temp's tip on how to work the MLS to your advantage, it's a couple filters, and then you have literally to-do list right in front of you of every single hot lead in the valley or anywhere that you can just begin calling, and it's a super simple conversation from that point. I think that you're absolutely right when you say that if a realtor just did that every single morning, that's an extra $250,000 a year they're making.
I know that was, so on your advice, and thank you for saying that, on your advice, I think my most viral video I've had, I just kind of walked through that filter and showed people, hey, if you go on your MLS and you do X, Y, and Z and you make these phone calls, you just made the MLS do two things for you. You just said, hey, what are all the houses that are jacked up, and what are the best priced homes? If you sort by price per square foot ascending and you put up fix up needs repair, if you made those calls every day, realtors, this is just one tactic that we teach. It's absolutely free. Well, I guess you have to pay for your board and your MLS and stuff.
If you're a realtor, you
but
already
it's a
have
free
that.
tactic, right? So, dude, I love that advice and I appreciate you. And I also just appreciate the bro call, but I'm gonna get back to this live session.
Ask him one more thing.
Hey, one more thing. Miguel has a question for you. Guys, this is such a gem that we have this dude on. Like, look how handsome. I got your face on the screen. This dude's a stud.
Thank you.
But what's your question?
Tyson, besides going to the MLS and doing fix up needs repair or setting up a search to get houses like that and start calling agents, I know you're big on cold calling. If you had 2 tips on cold calling, like what would you tell realtors to start doing right now that they're not doing? Because I know a lot of wholesalers that are not licensed are great at cold calling. That's how they get deals.
Most realtors won't even pick up the phone. That's
But realtors don't pick up the phone and they don't even know how to start generating leads. Like what's the number 1 tip or 2 tips that you have for them?
All right, my biggest thing that I especially see with a lot of people, and especially realtors who are coming over to the investment side, is that they're way too focused on the house, the asset itself. When that is not, that's the secondary importance. The most important thing is the seller and their situation.
100%.
Where the big
Facts.
bucks come in is not, because people get this misconception the house needs to be jacked up and this and that, which yes, that is a contributing factor. But the biggest thing is that the seller's in a situation where a traditional sale is not the best route for them. And the only way you're going to do that is by asking them questions about their situation. So approach the conversation exactly as Temp and Miguel do, as being a doctor, as coming in and somebody who's like, hey, what's wrong? Where's it hurting? How long has this been going on? Approach it like a doctor, and then you're going to be able to truly understand this person, and that is what's going to get you the money. Because when you get somebody's situation, then you're going to be able to offer a solution for them.
Dude,
and
love it.
solutions are what get you paid.
Insane, man.
Brother,
That what he just said. Solution is what gets you paid. You're a problem solver at the end of the day.
Brother, I love you, and I'm gonna iterate on what he just said. Some T Nasty. I'll call you after this. Love you.
All right, love you, man. You guys have fun.
You guys, what we need to break the frame for most realtors is that if you can get out of your own way and think, I am a realtor, I only serve clients in that capacity, and we could get you to start thinking about, I am a ultimate problem solver. I am a real estate doctor. You guys are nurse practitioners. You ain't a doctor yet, okay? Chill down. No, but I am the person that if I get with this seller, I need to create an acquisition company that says, hey, Mr. and Mr. Seller, I'm here today to serve you. I have no idea what's best for you until we talk. And when you listen to their situation and you lead with your heart and you lead with your knowledge, their information that they tell you will tell you what to go do.
Yeah.
And that's when you can say, hey guys, here's the menu of options. I really think a cash offer here. Here's as is on market. And here's some of the pitfalls that might come with that, some of the advantages. Here's if you fixed up the home and got it to full retail value, here's what I think it would sell for, and here's how we would market that home and how much you would net. Here's a creative option, here's a seller carry option. Here's a menu of options. What is best for you? If you're asking my advice, I think because you're in pre-foreclosure and the bank's gonna take your home in a couple days, options 3 and 4 don't work. We don't have enough time. Options 1 and 2 do work. Here's what I would do. What makes the most sense for you? And when you go serve people at that level and give that sort of like true fiduciary to them, and I think that's where most realtors struggle, is they're like, well, you're not a fiduciary unless you take it to the MLS. And I'm like, bro, you're seeing stuff through such a limited lens, you're underserving people. Some people, to Tyson's point, they would trade convenience for equity any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
When
we see that every week.
Guys, I just sold my house to producer Phil back there, who I love. And before I sold that house, and I'm a realtor, you guys, I sell houses at a high level, but when I'm in the hot seat, I'm the seller of my own personal house, I had thoughts around, gosh, I wonder if someone just cashed me out, what they'd pay me. Like, I just didn't want to go through the headache of like doing everything I had to do to go get top dollar. I chose to do that, but even me had some of those thoughts. So imagine just like a normal seller who doesn't sell a home every freaking day and they're doing it once every 10 years, the way they might feel.
Yep.
So never assume the way the seller's feeling, and just go in, learn how to present the menu of options, learn how to actually deliver on the promises you make, which is what we teach here at Realtor Doctors. So we got you, don't worry. And you're gonna be just fine. NAR settlement though. Tyson called in. Guys, remember to call in. Do we have the number in the chat?
Yeah, I think it's right there.
I think we have it.
One more thing to add on that, Temp.
Yeah, keep rolling. Guys, this is free flowing.
Realtor Doctors, no pun intended. I don't know where I heard this. I think it was from Steve Trang. Our
Steve.
good friend, Steve, good friend. But he said, if you want to start making money like a doctor, you need to learn how to ask questions like a doctor. Hence why we named ourselves Realtor Doctors. One, we're going to cure doctors and make them rich.
Yeah.
But we also know how to go into sellers' homes and agents and ask questions like doctors and figure out what the problem is and provide the best solution for them that's going to be a win-win situation.
I think we're getting a call, but it's not from your number.
No, it's not going to be from my number.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's going to be from their number?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we got to call this guy back then. Let's go. Guys, we're calling.
Callahan. It looks like I just missed your call.
Oh, man, I got his
shit.
voicemail.
All right.
Guys,
Hey, call us back.
call us back. If that was Paul Callahan, Jackson Callahan, we're gonna work through this.
Oh, it's Jackson.
This is the Realtor Doctor.
Hey, yeah, I was trying to call into the 11 a.m. I think I'm a little bit late.
No,
No, you're fine.
You are on the internet right now, my friend. Who do I have on the air here?
This is Jackson Callahan. How are you?
Jackson, what's up, brother? I'm here with Miguel. Nice to meet you. Interwebs, Jackson. What's your market?
My market is Phoenix, Arizona, man.
Ooh.
Phoenix. Okay, we have a local. This is where I need like a fucking cowbell or something. Oh, I said F. Sorry.
You need a little
YouTube.
gong, huh?
YouTube doesn't like F. I need a freaking cowbell. All right, well, Jackson, dude, what are your symptoms, sir?
So I mean, I'd say looking to kind of get a little bit of help with maybe like a new kind of market, because I think everyone's attacking like the distressed. Obviously it's got to be distressed, but like the pre-foreclosures, the expired listings, like those kind of things. So what I've been trying to do is trying to find a new route that maybe is kind of more untouched, that is like some cold calling that I could do where maybe it's some homeowners that haven't been called as much, and just kind of trying to see if you guys had any ideas on that, or
Perfect.
what list would kind of be like good for that, or
Lots of ideas.
idea for it.
Oh, dude, great question. We have lots of thoughts on this. So if you're here in Phoenix, and you work in Phoenix, right? So are you considering a secondary market?
I do Vegas every so often, to
Okay.
be honest. But yeah, I mean, always open to definitely doing some more business.
Okay, so my first thought is that Phoenix is probably the most competitive market in the nation. I mean, you got like 97 gurus here that teach a bunch of people how to make these sort of calls, so these lists can get saturated and super competitive quickly. The good news is that I would say 99% of those people, there's a select percent that really know how to get it done, but a lot don't. So you can still go win in that, and we do every week, right? We do every month. So you're going to be fine working in Phoenix, but we have opened up secondary markets like we've done in St. Louis, North Carolina, and Florida, that it is easier for us to buy houses. No question about it. Would you agree?
I agree.
But the tactic that you're going to go to is going to be the same. At the end of the day, we run everything off of ours with batch services. So we go in our batch leads account, we pull whatever niche list that we like, and we kind of have a two-prong approach. One, we like to reach out to realtors, and then one, we like to reach out direct to seller. And me and Miguel both have kind of our favorite lists. I love high equity absentee. So if they have a lot of equity and they're absentee, that tells me they're probably a landlord. And they're, if you make enough of those calls, a lot of them are worn down and they're tired. And they're like, dude, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So I like the high equity absentee, because you got to understand too, at one point we had 80 cold callers. So we had to call big lists.
Yep.
Like a niche list, we would run through it in 10 minutes. So if I'm you, do you have any leverage as far as calling goes, or is it just you making the calls?
Sorry, ask that one more time.
Do you have any leverage making the calls, or is it just you?
So I have it's me and my partner Kiave.
Okay.
We kind of just make calls together, to be honest. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so what list do you like for him, Mike?
I mean, obviously, if you're going after expireds and pre-foreclosures, that's the lowest of the lowest hanging fruit. And not only is everyone targeting pre-foreclosures, but also expireds, right? There's a lot of motivation there. And I still encourage you to keep calling those. One of the things that is going to set you apart is improving your sales skills and having better conversations and being able to connect with the sellers there. But if you want to, there's no such list that's not getting called. I'll say that. Any market, anywhere, there's no such list that's not getting called. So I think that's a little bit of a limiting belief. You're never going to be able to get it.
Keep going.
You're not going to get a list that's like not called at all. So
Yeah, like fully untapped.
fully untapped.
Let me ask you this: are you, when you're calling, are you starting as a realtor or an investor? What's your opening language on the phone call?
So it kind of totally depends. If it's like an expired, typically I'll kind of go as a realtor, just because they were obviously on market. Typically, it seems like they're going to want to kind of go back on market. So I'll kind of just call and pitch them more or less that, hey, are you guys still interested in selling? Are you still wanting to go back to the market? That kind of deal.
Okay.
If it's maybe like a pre-foreclosure and like I can see that obviously the house is distressed a little bit and they got to move a little bit quicker, then it's obviously the investor route there.
Okay, so let's take expireds out of it. Every phone call for me, I like to start as an investor. So the script for me is like me and Miguel have
Even
different,
for expireds.
even for expireds, but like because they're priced high, I kind of want to take that piece out. Let's just talk about every other cold call you're going to make. In my opinion, I want to find out two things quickly. Am I talking to the right person? And would you consider an offer right now? Like, that's it. Like, and you said your name was Jackson?
Yes.
Hey, Jackson, do you own that property over on 123 Main Street? And if
Yes,
you
I
do, okay, hey, give me 30 seconds. I just want to make a cash offer on that property. I was curious if you'd consider something like that right now. And that,
Yeah, I would.
right, because if you did have an appetite for it, I found out who you own the property, and I said what I needed to say.
Yeah.
Right, and
Yeah.
I always start as an investor, and I think the mistake a lot of realtors do is that they try to like deliver too many options on the front end, and I always equate it to like a first date. A first date, the girl or the guy doesn't want to know everything about you. They're trying to figure out like, are you attractive? Like, are you not weird? Like, am I willing to go on a second date? The phone
Yeah.
call is just to see is like, am I hot or not? And if you are, I'm going to set the appointment. And when you start as the investor first, it's so nice. So I'm sure you've had this when you go to a house and it's freaking beautiful. And you're like, hey guys, I was here to make a cash offer and it's still available. I could pay you $350 for this house. But I got to be honest with you. Let me just put my realtor hat on real quick. It's worth 500 grand. And even after my realtor fees, I think you could walk away with an extra $120,000, $130,000. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that. I really think you guys should go to market. Give me 45, 60, 75 days. Let me go make you more money. But hey, my cash offer is still there, but I really think that's a better option for you. So now this investor lead, you truly serve them. In worst case scenario, you just went and took a listing. How often do we do that? Like all the time. So hopefully that's helpful. I would always start as an investor. Miguel would even do that on the expireds. And then you pivot to fiduciary or you pivot to agency when the deal is telling you to do so.
But you always disclose you're an
When
agent.
it falls more in that retail side of things.
Hey Jackson, quick question. Where are you getting your data from when it comes to pre-foreclosures and expireds?
Data matters.
It totally is kind of different. So sometimes I'll basically RedX is mainly
Okay.
like the main source that I do most of my cold calling through though.
Got it. So you got to think, what realtor out there is not using RedX or Mojo or anything like that? What
Right.
realtors don't know is the studio we're in, Batch Leads. If you go to batchleads.io, you're able to go get entire Maricopa County and then start filtering by each niche list that you want to target. Maybe there's a specific zip code. Maybe there's a specific price point, valuation, demographic that you want to target. You can filter that out. And Batch also, they've done pre-filters on specific lists that are proven to work. Like Temp said, high equity absentee. They have vacant list, and my favorite is a tired landlord list that they already provide a filter on, which you just need to go click the filter on, get that data, pull it, skip trace it, do all that, and then you can go call that data. And the chances of people calling pre-foreclosures and expireds is way more than them calling a tired landlord that's owned a home for 10 years that it's been rented for 10 years. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
no, that definitely makes sense.
So start doing what other realtors are not doing, and you'll have a less barrier to entry.
Jackson,
I agree. That's what I'm looking for.
investor first on the script.
Batch leads.
Get into batch leads on some better lists and some better data,
There
and
should be a code in.
and then will you call in not next Thursday but the one after and let us know how it's going?
Yeah, we'll do, man.
All right, brother. Great to meet you, man. And then we're buyers here in town, so if you find any deals here in Arizona, we want to buy them.
Yep.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan, man. We'll do some here soon.
Great
All
to
right.
meet you, brother. Hey, DM me on IG so I can follow you back because I don't know.
Likewise.
We'll do.
All right, bro.
All right, talk soon.
Okay, bye. Oh, you guys, we got like 3 calls during that call. So
Hey, can you put the comments? I saw some questions in the comments. Like, hey, guys, we have 41 people in here. Like, make sure like we're engaging in the comments. Drop a
Eric just made a call to a realtor before jumping on here.
Eric,
I love it.
Eric's almost
Do we have a deal together right now?
almost.
Eric, we're going to get that deal. And you guys, congratulations to Eric. This is where I need my cowbell. He just had a little baby. Let's go. Babies are the greatest thing ever. I got 5 of them.
But Eric is a perfect example of a realtor that came to us in one of our meetups, and dude just started taking action. It's asking me a lot of questions. Sorry for not getting back to you as quickly as you need me to, but I'm very busy. But he almost has a deal under contract that I think he's going to be able to go either wholesale or flip, or we're going to flip. I don't know.
And what's
So-
this? Y'all need to jump on the daddy deal method. Earn money upfront buying deals.
I don't know what that
Don't
means.
know the daddy deal method. I bet it's something we do. We maybe just call it something different because that's a
I like the name though.
sup OGs.
Daddy deal
For
method.
someone just now getting into the real estate game, what's your first move to have the ability?
Oh,
you're-
there it is.
You're hiding it.
No, it's right there in the screen.
Oh, for someone now
Sorry.
just getting into the real estate game, what's your first move to have the ability to chase this method? Save up X amount of cash. Guys, here's what's cool is like,
Ooh, yeah. This is a great question.
Like-
Love this question.
I have an MLS tactic that is free. A batch leads account can cost you as little as $99 a month. You can go get with your title rep, and the data is not going to be great, but you could go call a list off that. The cost of entry on this is, are you willing to make the calls? Are you willing to send the text? Are you willing to knock the doors? Are you willing to go to the networking event? Are you willing to make the social post? There's only so many ways to go get business. It's the people that do it day in and day out. I always say you can't get a suntan. You can't get a suntan in a day.
Yeah.
Like, it takes time. Like, if you try to like do 9 hours one day, you're going to burn out. Can you commit to 2 or 3 hours a day where you get good data and you learn what to say and you say it daily? If you do that, you can go make 6 figures a month every month.
Also, I've said this before, and I'm still gonna stick by it. If you're a realtor that's just starting out and maybe you don't have that much money, or you do have money, who cares? With under $500 a month, you can outwork 98% of every single real estate agent in your market.
Big facts.
Guaranteed. Outwork and outproduce.
Guys, we got a call from an Oklahoma City number. Don't know who it is. We're calling him back. Hopefully this is a caller and not a, who knows,
Yeah.
someone trying to sell me solar.
Our records show your Google business listing is not properly verified. by
Google business
As
listing.
the
Okay. All right. Well, you guys, we have a special treat for you. We're calling our good friend Spencer Harrell.
Guys, go.
No, go ahead.
No.
Guys, we're calling Spencer Harrell.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, baby? What's up? You're on the air. We got
Oh my god.
47 people live on these interwebs. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Oh.
Instagram's down? Instagram's blocking
All right,
us,
we'll
you
fix
guys.
it
and
for
that's
next
our
time.
main thing. Your boys worked hard to create that, man. Okay, but to still have 47 without Instagram,
Yeah,
which
that's
is our
pretty
main
big.
thing, is pretty freaking good.
It's really good.
All right,
Serious numbers.
I can what?
You go live on your phone if you want.
But
But
then
I'm
the calls-
calling people on it, so I can't. Hey guys, Spencer Harrell, let me just give the cliff notes real quick. 3 months ago, strong armed me into coaching him one-on-one. He's an amazing realtor in North Carolina, but had never really done the investing side. We started to implement some of the tactics, some of the Realtor Doctor tactics. I checked his heart. I checked his head. I said, what are the symptoms?
The vitals were kind of bad.
The vitals were bad. No, the vitals were good on the traditional side.
Oh, yeah,
but,
yeah.
But he had, he was having some symptoms on the investor side. Actually, he had no pulse on the investor side.
Yeah, I was basically dead on the investor side. That's right.
Spencer, I want to, in 3 months, you've made over 6 figures in additional income just on the off-market side, you guys, by implementing this. You have a deal that you're working on right now that I was hoping that we could share with the viewers and talk about what you're dealing with. Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what's the deal? Tell us about it.
So I'm about to lock it up. So it's actually a deal that an agent sent to me. It's completely
Agent
off market.
referral.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's right. But completely off market. The buyers or the people that own the property right now bought the property like 8 years ago and tried to flip it and ran into headache after headache. Pulled permits, plumbing didn't pass, HVAC didn't pass, and truthfully, I was kind of curious. I'm like, how do you estimate some of these numbers? Like, I feel like almost more than a complete gut and rehab because there's like work that needs to be undone and fixed. So I mean, I can give you the numbers.
So yeah, what are you? So guys, essentially what Spencer's saying here is not every house is created equal. This house has all sorts of issues. It's not going to be great for market, and a cash option is going to be best for the seller. This realtor, and this is what happens if you guys can learn how to be the problem solver. Every realtor in your marketplace that doesn't understand the investing side, they will bring you deals and say, hey, I have a great deal. I don't know what to do with it. Can you help me? And that's what Spencer has become in his marketplace. And he just says, hey guys, I'm a cash buyer. I'm here. I'm ready. And he flips homes. He's been taking homes down. He can wholesale them off, double close them. So in this deal, tell us the numbers. What's the ARV, which stands for after repair value?
The ARV is 285 confidently. You could floor it with 300, but I'm banking it off of 285.
So
okay.
So where did you find the deal, Spencer?
An agent sent it to
So
me.
agent outreach.
Right.
Agent outreach is the deal source. You're saying it's worth 285 or 400?
No, 285, maybe 300.
Okay, so let's just err on the side of 285. What is, let's go ahead and times that. Do you have your phone? Can you times that by 65%?
Yeah.
So guys, a general rule of thumb, like the quick and dirty math when buying houses as an investor, you usually need to be about 65% of ARV, which stands for after repair value. So if it was beautiful and you put it on market, like as a realtor, what would it sell for? That's what we're trying to figure out. So 285 times 70 or 65%.
It's 185.
185. All right, where are you contracted at?
Well, I'm about to lock it up. I'm trying to figure out how low I should reasonably go to honestly just to wholesale it.
Okay, cool. So if he wants to wholesale it, he needs to, a flipper's probably going to need it around 185. So what you're going to want to do is then go to that seller and say, hey guys, I need to be at 170, 175 to create enough spread for me to go solve this problem. And that's what Spencer's going to go do, right? Is like, until you got to know the numbers to create enough spread for all parties. Solving the seller's problem, getting them cashed out and making sure that it's a win for them, making some money for yourself, and then also supplying a flipper a deal that works for them where they can go make money. Because the last thing you want to do is become that wholesaler that sells bad deals, because no one's ever going to come back to you. I always use the analogy of a gas station. Like if you had a gas station on a main interstate that had $15 gas, you're going to get 2 customers. You're going to get desperate people or stupid people. And neither of them are ever going to come back. And if you just had a business like a QT that has great service, clean bathrooms, and fair prices,
Yep.
people will come back to you. Do you like that analogy, Spencer?
Temp is the I don't know
That's
if you guys
pretty
noticed.
good.
He's
You
the
guys-
analogy king.
Quote doctor and the analogy king. But so here's what most wholesalers or investors or people that are looking at that as an exit strategy do, is they get greedy and they try to go, instead of selling this deal at 185 to the flipper, they try to pump up ARV and sell it for 300 to make an extra 15 grand. And then the flipper ends up in a tight spot. And then you just lost that buyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So create something that's sustainable.
Right.
Spencer,
Okay.
I'm so freaking proud of you, man.
Hey, I appreciate both you guys.
You guys, I got to say, so when Spencer and I started coaching, beginning of the year, he was thinking about $250,000, $300,000 in income. And I said, no, we're doing $1 million. And he kind of laughed and he was like, I don't even know how that's possible.
83,000.
And what are you on track for?
So, first quarter was, I'm truthfully a little bit behind, but I'm pivoting and making it work. But right now, I've grossed right at 160 or so, 165 basically.
165 in Q1, you guys, which is almost over half than what he thought he was going to do his whole year by starting to implement these strategies. And here's what's cool. This money started pouring in inside of 60 days.
Yep.
So the cash conversion cycle, Spencer, I'm going to let you go. I freaking love you.
Love you guys. Appreciate you.
Love you, Spencer.
Bye. You guys, on the investment side, there's a key metric in business that you guys got to be tracking called your cash conversion cycle. And your cash conversion cycle as a realtor has a benefit. You don't have a ton of risk. You're going to spend some money on photo sign and lockbox. You're going to spend some money on marketing, but you're going to really spend your time. So you don't have a ton of risk. But when you go to market, you're in this market, we're almost at 18,000 homes here in Maricopa County.
It's going up.
It's taking longer to sell homes. Deals are falling out. We're not really having appraisal issues, but the deals are a little more stuck in the mud. So it could take you 90 to 120 days to go get paid on a lead that goes to your agency bucket. On an investment deal, you guys, you could get paid next Friday, right? Because the reason why these assets are trading at such a big discount is because we're providing speed and convenience. Because what you're saying is there's not going to be any fees, there's not going to be any repairs, and you could have this money next week, right? And for that, we have to buy the house at a discount. Yep. So hopefully that helps you put a frame of mind on, like, if you couple this cash conversion cycle next to your agency business, you can have a two-headed approach here that just absolutely provides so much value to the marketplace. It inundates your system with leads and opportunities that you now know how to understand and dissect and go monetize. And your cash conversion cycle as realtors, and many of us experienced this the last 24 months, cash flow was slow, right? Like, we've all had that dreaded 60-day gap between commissions.
Oh, yeah.
If you learn this game, you can get off of that roller coaster of I have money, I don't have money, I have money, I don't have money. And you can smooth out the water and go do, there's a very simple plan that you could go do 3 to 4 investment deals a month, either wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold, or creative. And then you could go take a couple listings every month. And this is like you and an assistant. You could scale this too.
Yeah, you could scale this. I want to add one more, what Spencer
do.
said. I think we had a great call from Jackson, and we were able to talk a little bit more about direct to seller, how Batch Leads helps you get any data that you want to be able to call sellers and market to them, right?
Yep.
He got a deal from an agent. What people don't know is Batch Leads also gets you all the agent information in your market, and you're able to start calling those agents, start building long-term relationships with them, and start positioning yourself as the buyer, as the go-to guy in your market. Yep. And that's what Spencer is doing. He opted to go agent outreach route and not direct to seller, which both work.
Yep.
But I just wanted to let people know that Batch Leads also has that ability.
Guys, I think what's important today to understand is that I kind of like a four-prong approach. Like, you could be the greatest investor, greatest realtor ever. If you don't have opportunities hitting your desk every day, it doesn't matter how good you are. So we kind of do social media and SOI as one bucket. We do direct to seller as another bucket, which we pull data through Batch.
Yep.
We skip trace that data, and then our form that we like to go through is we call it. We cold call that data. That's been the most effective way for us. You could also send niche mail. You could go knock doors. The goal is to get in front of those people and for you to make a proposition to them. So you have SOI and social. You have direct to seller, and then the third leg there would be direct to agent. You guys, there's so many agents out there that are running into deals that they don't really know how to solve, that they can represent you, make both sides of the commission, but you get the deal. And that's what we've done.
Yep.
So with those three-prong approach, and then you could marry in some other stuff, which is networking, community. There's really 4 legs to the stool that can bring you, I don't know, we probably get 600 leads a month, and we do that on less than 10 grand of spend. And we, for us personally, we go do 12 to 15 deals every month. And it takes one deal to be profitable, right? Like one deal, because we run a really tight margin. So excited.
Dylan has a great question. So let's show it on screen. Thanks, guys. Like I said, new agent just getting into the game. As far as being able to give a cash offer on your menu of options for the seller, where is that cash coming from as a new agent? That's a very
great
good question.
Yeah,
lead
so
us off?
I'll tackle it. So many people don't even understand what wholesaling or double closing might be. So you have an A and B contract between you and the seller, and then in the state of Arizona and most places across the nation, you can sell your rights to that contract. All the terms that you have, you can assign your rights for a fee. And that's what wholesaling is essentially, right? It's legal, you gotta disclose it, you gotta make sure all parties understand. If you're a good human being, you're gonna make sure that you present all options and understand how you're making your money and do it the right way. Because I'll be honest, in the wholesale game, there's some grimy dudes that don't do it the right way. But you can stick out like a sore thumb a good way. But to answer your question specifically, when you assign your rights to that contract, at title, let's say you bought a house for $200,000 and you sold it to someone for $220,000, they're going to go fix and flip it and it's worth $350. When they bring their $220 to title, their $220 cashes out the $200 to the seller, and then you make the fee of the spread, whatever you created.
Yeah, so you don't bring in the cash. And that's
So-
one of the strategies we teach.
That's why wholesaling, you guys, is kind of like the gateway or like the tripwire into real estate investing.
Yep.
Because it's a strategy that you don't have to be licensed. We always encourage everyone to get licensed. That's why we are the Realtor Doctors. Because now those same leads, you guys, I would say 9 out of 10 sellers that say they want to sell fast, once we meet with them,
They don't.
it makes more, we'll tell them, like, guys, your house is pretty nice. You can make more money. Let's do it this way. And then we're happy to serve them as a realtor. But 1 out of 10 that raise their hand and say they need to sell, genuinely a cash offer or a quick, convenient, like, we got to go solve this problem right now, makes more sense for them. So, and that's where, who answered, who, it was
Dylan.
Dylan. When you're making your calls or when you're making promises, I want you to feel like you have the biggest bag of money. Let me see the money stack. I want you to feel like you have a mountain of this stuff beneath your desk, because great deals will find the money. If you buy bad deals, you're going to have a hard time selling those deals. If you buy a good deal, there's endless amounts of this stuff available to you. I promise you that. So if you go buy good deals and contract good deals, and you do it with disclosure, and you sell good deals to your end buyers, you'll have so much money being thrown at you, being like, hey, where's the next one? If you're here in Arizona, we're your buyer. Here's what most people do. They send us the deal and say, hey, Miguel, hey, Temp, what can you guys pay for 123 Main Street? And we'll go, hey, looks like it's worth $400. If it's a full remodel, here's all our math. We could pay you $240, $250. So now they're walking into that with a cash offer saying, hey, Mr. Seller, I can give you $230 or $240, whatever spread they want to make, knowing that we have the cash available to go close on that deal and perform on the terms that they promise, and they can make a fee. A 2.0 version of that, Dylan, would be you could borrow hard money. Hard money is once you start fix and flipping, it's a high interest, short-term loan that is asset-based. They don't look at your credit. They don't look at your income. They're saying, you're buying a $400,000 house for $250, and you're going to give us 10% down, and we're going to charge you 14% interest. Great. If you default on this, we're taking the house back. That's their collateral. That's their protection. But so like when we say, hey guys, we buy houses cash, we do buy cash. We use someone else's and we pay them interest, because that allows our cash on cash return to go up. It allows us to do more projects. If we just used our own cash, we could do 3 or 4 deals and we'd be out of money. Like 3 or 4 deals here in Phoenix is a couple $1,000,000, and then you got to go borrow, or you got to create some leverage so you can go do more deals.
So Dylan, to add to that question, so Temp pretty much answered it on the spot, but this is exactly what we're talking about with realtors, not knowing how to offer, what to offer, and that comes when you're layering your acquisition business on top of your agency business. Learning how to underwrite, learning how to look at deals, learning what exactly to offer, and then once you have that, you've figured out how to do that. You know how to underwrite an investment deal, you know how to offer it, you know how to contract it. Then comes the next step of like, that should be the least of your worries. Temp said it in a great way. Cash finds great deals. So if you have a great deal, you just got to raise your hand. It's like, hey, I have this at 123 Main Street. Can someone help me? And someone will help you.
Well, and here's the thing, guys. not sitting here trying to just only promote batch. Like obviously we're here
Yeah,
in their studio,
so-
but it's what we use. It's literally the software we use. And they have a function where you can go, let's say you lock up a property on 123 Main Street and you don't have any buyers. So like sometimes when we buy houses in out of state, we have way less connections. So we have to go find our buyer. It allows you to draw a circle around your property and pull every cash buyer that has paid cash for a house in that pocket for the last 6 months, 12 months. It'll tell you how many homes they own. It'll give you so much data. So now you could skip trace a list of 17 people that paid cash for houses right next to your deal. And it's gonna sound like this. Hey Miguel, I have a property right next to Linda Lane that you just bought for 80,000, and I have another deal at 80,000. Are you interested in your next deal?
Yeah, of course.
You guys, this system allows us to dispo properties. Dispo means sell properties across the nation. We sell properties in California, in Nevada, in Missouri, in Georgia, in Florida, in North Carolina, without being like big names there. Here in Phoenix, a lot of people know us, give or take. So like we're able to navigate and move properties so well. But when I lock up a deal in, where was that one? We were in like something, North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
And that was a great deal. We made like $30,000 on it. You guys, we didn't know who our buyer was. We just knew it was a deal. We were like, this is a deal. We got to go find our buyer. We go into our batch account. It was kind of rural, so we had to pull a bigger radius of cash buyers. We worked through those.
We got blown up.
You guys, I think we undersold that deal.
Oh, we did.
To be honest. So we undersold it, and that system allowed us to go move properties elsewhere. So this game is hard but simple. What's the saying? What's the saying, guys?
This game
It's simple,
is
not easy.
Simple, not easy.
Guys, this game is simple, not easy. Like, I know we're called the Realtor Doctors, but make no mistake about it. I went to college for a semester, you guys. Like, your boy knows how to do this thing. It's not that hard. You got to have the obsession and the conviction to say, I'm going to make real estate work. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to learn acquisitions. I'm going to learn how to underwrite deals. I'm going to learn how to disposition properties. I'm going to learn how to present a menu of options. If you get really good at just those items I just said right there, which we teach you, by the way, you'll make
You're
a ton
done.
of money. What you got, Phil?
We got lots more questions. You guys want to move next?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, guys. We get in the zone
Hey
here.
guys,
tunnel
if you have a question, make sure you call in. Numbers right there on your screen: 480-769-9376.
Disclosure. So, guys, we're at Real Broker, who gives us a wholesale addendum. You got to go apply for that. So, if you guys aren't at Real Broker, we have a link there. We'd love for you to join. They've been amazing for us. Or in some states, you're just going to go through title. Disclosure, to your point, is the key. In Arizona, which is where we do 98% of our deals, we have, is it Section 8A?
No, HB 2747.
Whatever he just said, you guys, they don't even let me touch contracts. But we put all the disclosures in there. You understand that we're buying this for a profit. You understand that we are licensed. You understand.
Oh, you meant Section 8 of the contract.
Yeah, Section 8 of
Oh,
the
I
contract.
thought, well, Arizona passed a legislation bill where now HB 2747, everyone needs to, if you're trying to wholesale a house, you need to disclose that you're a wholesale buyer.
Oh, okay, perfect. So that's amazing. Like, and we just do stuff the right way, you guys. Like, we're licensed. We own other companies. We own title. We own lending. We kind of have a big thing. There's not one deal that is worth us crashing our whole kind of little baby empire that we've built.
Well, this is how we feed
To
our
go
families.
make, this is how we feed our families, right? Like, we're going to do it the right way. So we disclose. We use an AAR contract. So we use the realtor contract. We kind of use that as a sales tactic too, because I'm like, hey, if someone comes in here with like a 2-page contract that they got at some weekend seminar and they're trying to lock
Yeah.
up your biggest asset, is that a good idea? Like, hey, this is a standard contract. Here's my license number. My name's Templeton Walker. Like, look me up on Google. I can't hide, right? There's not a lot of Templetons running around. And when you just do the right things and serve people with disclosure, and so here's to really get to the brass of your question, make sure they know you're buying it for a profit. Make sure you presented them all options. Where wholesalers are dirtbags is they try to prey on the naive. They try to prey on people like, hey, I'll give you 70 grand for a 400 grand house or something, and never tell them that it's a 400 grand house. The way we do it is like, hey guys, nice to meet you. What's going on? I need you to know your home is worth 400 grand if it looked like this. Is that something you want to do? Is that something you would want to consider? Do you have the means? Do you have, no, Temp, I have no interest in doing that. Okay, great. Let's look at what as is would be. Let's look at that. Guys, there's going to be someone coming trying to buy this for 70 grand. We can pay you all the way up to 200. Like, there's been times we will make much less money. We could have got the deal deeper, but as long as we're buying the deal right, making enough money, we'll give that seller enough money to make it a win for them. Make sure they know all their options. Make sure that you disclose everything available to them. And that's why we've never had a lawsuit or anything.
No, so guys, if you're an agent, you need to go talk to your broker and get educated on what needs to get disclosed. So every time you talk to a seller, you write a contract, you're doing those disclosures. Right now for us in Arizona, we're agents. Every time we talk to an agent, we're disclosing we are a licensed real estate agent in the state of Arizona. I'm actually going to read the disclosures. I pull it up.
Yeah, please do.
So first one, seller is aware that one or more members of MTV Group LLC, which is our LLC, holds an active real estate license in the state of Arizona. Seller is aware that buyer intends to hold or resell property for profit or loss. Buyer is aware that the property is being sold in as-is condition and seller will not perform any repairs. They're too long to read all, but those are the main disclosures. And then when we're disclosing that, if we have the intention of wholesaling a contract, because that's our first avenue, and we'll go over as a realtor.
There's kind of a deal
pyramid
that we like.
that you need to follow. But we have a disclosure here that pretty much we're doing it the right way, the ethical way, HB 2747. And if you want this disclosure, DM us and we'll share them with you.
Guys, we have a free Facebook group called Realtor Doctors Free. If you go in there, we've been providing a ton of value. And not gonna lie to you, we have a paid program that comes out in a few weeks, which is exciting. So if you want like us to hold your hand and walk you through it, you can spend some money and make that happen. But if you guys aren't following your most valuable follow on 2024 on Instagram, I'm there delivering all sorts of nuggets. And then we have the free Facebook group.
Realtor Doctors.
I think producer Alex is putting that in the chat right now. You guys can go join. And yeah, man, I'm freaking stoked.
Dude,
Let's
this
go
is amazing.
How much time we got? What other questions we have? Do you buy 65% of ARV minus repairs? It depends on the deal. You guys always say buying houses is art, not science. And what I mean by that is there's certain deals we can pay up to 78% because I have a buyer that I know buys East Mesa at 81% of ARV. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's so nuanced.
Also, as a realtor, you're an expert in your market, which also you have an edge over everyone else.
You guys, you should know your pocket and your market better than anyone else. Like, if you ask Miguel, what is a 1,500 square foot home in Chandler, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, let's call it 1,800 square feet, 4.2 with a pool, Arizona Avenue and Chandler Boulevard, our pocket, what does that sell for?
East or west of Chandler Boulevard?
Let's play that game. Let's go west of Arizona Ave right now.
4.2, 1,800 square feet with a pool?
Yep.
520.
It's a 520 house. We know that, you guys, because we know that pocket so well. Now, let me take you east of Arizona Avenue, and you get into the Silk Stocking and the Delaware Estates one. What does it sell for now?
430, 440?
For an $80,000 difference. And this is why knowing your market.
Within a mile.
You guys, if anyone else looked at this, they would call these comps. They're not comps. Like, one is you're kind of in the hood.
Yep.
And the other is in your like this really cute pocket of like historic downtown. But if you just looked at a visual map, you would say, oh, these are comps. Mm-hmm. And that's why knowing your market's so important. To answer your question, we typically just do 65%, and we know most stuff here in Maricopa County we can sell for 70, 75 cents on the dollar.
Yep. And we also flip homes, so we know pretty what rehab costs are. And
guys, wholesaling is one strategy. We always want to have 4 to 5 flips going at a time. At one point we had 30 going. So we don't want that much exposure again. That wasn't very fun. And they were like 5 million, 3 million, 2 million, 1 million. It was really fun until it wasn't. Wholesaling is one exit strategy, right? Like we're taking down a deal on Cloud right now. We have the deal in Pewaukee. We have Virginia. We have so many, like we have flips that are just always going. 28th we just bought yesterday. That fix and flip makes more sense. And that's where it's too much to get into here, but there's a nuance to what strategy you should do.
But realtors.
Let's do that next one.
Okay.
Eddie Gutierrez. I'm sorry.
No, I was just say, like you said, wholesaling is the gateway drug to everything. So
what was implemented in Spencer's Q1 to scale? And was it because of a niche market? Currently have 2.5 million in escrow. Great job, by the way. Traditional, but still running and hustle. Need to be better system, CRM process, etc. Eddie. Oh, that's Eddie. Dude,
Yeah,
I've been
Eddie.
in a cold plunge with you. What's up, guys? You guys, Eddie is like the Hispanic Hulk. This dude is just jacked. And he's a great dad and a great husband and just a great family man.
Hispanic Hulk.
Dude, he's
fucking huge.
I got in a cold plunge. I got
he's
in a
freaking
cold plunge with him, and I was like, Jesus, I was like, I need to go do some push-ups. Anyway, Eddie, what we implemented was we changed his approach from trying to tell everyone that he's a realtor to telling the marketplace that I am an investor. We added in the agent outreach approach to make sure every agent in town didn't see him as some other realtor that they never thought of. He became their buyer, right? So now, and you guys, what's cool is he's in a secondary market. In Phoenix, that's not the most original idea anymore. In these secondary markets, like Steven in Baton Rouge, who's just freaking crushing it. He's done almost 6 figures in fees with our tactics, and Spencer in North Carolina. A lot of these agents are like, they think this is like magic. And he's just solving problems for other realtors that are running into stuff in their SOI and database and bringing it to him. So that was the main thing, is he just changed his approach to, I'm an investor first. Doesn't mean I'm not a realtor anymore. Absolutely still a realtor. And I think he's still done like 15 deals in Q1 traditional. But he just added this in at the top of the funnel, and that's been like the biggest thing. So Eddie, I would say for you, because I know you personally, I don't see you enough talking about hey guys, I have investment strategies available to you. Hey guys, I have buyers and solutions that no one else knows about. And I think what happens, especially here in Phoenix, because you have someone like myself and you have these like me and Miguel, these other big, investors saying similar things, that you can kind of feel like, oh, well, who's going to send it to me? Well, dude, you have a niche and an SOI and a database that have no idea who I am, no idea who any of the other guys are. If you become the person that they think of for investing first and as a realtor, you'll print money. So hopefully that's good.
No more live calls?
Oh, was this a call?
Maybe.
2 minutes ago. No, it says potential spam. Matt Miller called. You guys, Matt Miller is the realtor that handles all of our traditional stuff and is amazing.
You got missed calls there.
I think he's in a final buyer walkthrough inspection. We're at 11:57. I would say this freaking went really good. Do we have one last?
Yeah. Did we go over everything in the agenda?
Just not I think you guys.
Do we want to buy in the suburbs of Seattle? Not our market, but if it's deep enough, send it.
I mean, we'll take a look.
We'll underwrite it and try to bring value. Go into the Facebook group and make sure that you're there, because we have realtors across the nation, and they might know somebody, right?
There's already a comment there with the Facebook group link, so make sure you guys join if you're not in it yet.
Mike. Guys, his name's Miguel. I call him Mike, or I call him Mikey Angel. This is just the way.
Tempe.
Did you guys talk about NAR?
Yeah, we did.
NAR a little bit.
Bit.
Guys, NAR is an opportunity, and here's why.
Big opportunity.
Agents are leaving. Mass media is producing all sorts of fear. This is what happens. People leave because they think it's impossible. That leaves opportunity and market share for the dogs, the people that are going to put in the work and do what they got to do. With NAR, essentially what they did is they decoupled commissions. You can't advertise it on the MLS, but any good seller, any good selling agent, getting direct to seller is so important. That's why what we teach is like so timely. I felt like God was kind of winking at us when we launched Realtor Doctors, because we literally teach you how to get direct to seller, which is paramount. That's so important. But buying agents are still going to get paid. They just got to figure out how to position their value and get a buyer broker signed early. That's it. That's my thoughts. I don't think it's that scary. And commissions have always been negotiable.
It's not scary. It's just the media scaring everyone off. And I think if you're a realtor and you're scared, I mean, you're probably in the wrong business.
Yeah. Or I always equate, dude, Michael Phelps, he's not afraid to dive in the deep end, baby. You want to know why? Because he knows how to swim. If this market is scaring you, it's because you don't know how to navigate. You don't know how to swim in it yet. We'll teach you how to swim. So keep tuning in to Realtor Doctors Live. Get in the free Facebook community. Get your batch account rolling, and let's get started. Let's start having the conversations, making the calls, knocking the doors, sending the niche mail, running our 1 mile approach. You guys, running my MLS thing. We have so many tactics. If you just choose to commit and get serious about this, we will help you win. But I can lead a horse to water. Can't make him drink. Not that you guys are horses. You guys are beautiful. If you were, you guys are freaking show ponies. All right. Where can they find us? How do we end these? I don't even know. I am going to have a theme song soon. Do you guys remember? He's a window shopper, the 50 Cent song. We're going to make a theme song.
All right.
Sorry, you don't know about this.
I'm ready.
Would a realtor doctors? I got to get the words right. Would a realtor doctors? Can't wait, guys. We're going to get that on. We're going to see you in 2 weeks. get in the free Facebook community, get over to my Instagram, go follow your most valuable follow of 2024. Mikey Angel's going to start posting content.
Yes.
Mikey Angel's going to start posting content. He has 11,000 followers, you guys, because he had some video about taxes go crazy. So he has a bunch of people following him that thinks he knows about taxes.
I don't.
The only thing we know how to do is pay him.
Oh, no, not pay him.
Actually, not pay him because we buy real estate legally. Dude, chill.
Dude,
The
chill,
interwebs. Legally
Not
them.
pay taxes.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Jump in the free Facebook community. Hit us up on social.
This was
Ask
fun.
questions. This was great.
This was great.
Guys, can you share or leave a comment or do anything that
Helps us?
like if this brought value? I don't know how. Maybe share it. Maybe thumbs up it. Do whatever. We're going to keep doing this. We're so thankful. Love y'all.
Peace.